Good morning, everyone. So, in continuation with the previous video, let me share a few more definitions, which is important. And this video will also cover the numerical problems, which will be discussed with respect to AC fundamentals. Okay. So, with this note, let me begin today's session. This video will be covering regarding form factor, okay, which will be called as a constant. That is why it is written as kf, and peak factor peak factor, that is kp. Okay, so the form factor kf and the peak factor, that is kp, for the sinusoidal waveform, for the sinusoidal waveform. Okay, so we have to define the form factor and the peak factor for the sinusoidal waveform, or sinusoidally varying alternating quantity. Okay, so for our reference, let me take the alternating quantity as the voltage waveform, as the voltage waveform. Okay, so as the voltage waveform, it is taken as the reference quantity alternating quantity. Okay, so now I have this voltage waveform as an alternating quantity. So how do I define this kf, which is nothing but the form factor, that is kf. Okay, so the ratio of rms value to the average value, very important, the ratio of rms value to the average value of an alternating quantity, of an alternating quantity is defined as form factor, that is kf will be rms value divided by the average value, rms value of an alternating quantity divided by the average value. What is rms value? That is 0.707 times vm, divided by what is average value? That is 0.637 times vm. Okay, so what would be the value? The kf value would be somewhat around 1.009. So kf would be 1.11. So this is the value of the form factor. Okay, so the form factor of a sinusoidally varying alternating quantity, AC quantity. Okay, so form factor is always 1.11. Let me write it again. So it is 1.11 for an AC sinusoidal quantity. AC sinusoidal quantity. It is always 1.11 for the AC sinusoidal quantity. Okay, so remember this, for an AC sinusoidal quantity, it is form factor that will always be equal to a constant, which is 1.11. Kf equals 1.11. So I'll be using this in terms of the numerical problems. If I want to find out the average value given the form factor of an AC sinusoidal quantity, so I can take this reference and I'll be able to solve it. Okay, so next, peak factor. Next one is the peak factor, that is kp, which is nothing but the peak factor. Okay, so the ratio of maximum value to the rms value for an alternating quantity, is known as is known as peak factor, is known as peak factor, that is Kp. Okay, so Kp is defined as the maximum value divided by the RMS value, divided by the RMS value. So I have this maximum value as Vm and I have this RMS value as 0.707 times Vm, and let's get cancelled. Okay, so the value of Kp, which is 1.414, which is nothing but the peak factor. Okay, the peak factor is always 1.414 for an AC sinusoidal quantity. Okay, so this is how I can find out the peak factor and the form factor of any values corresponding to the alternating quantity, where the other values which are already being known, if given the peak factor, you can find out the remaining parameter, that is the left out parameter, quite easily. Okay, so Kp, okay, so Kp will be 1.414, which is for the peak factor of an alternating quantity. Okay, for an alternating quantity, for an alternating quantity, for an alternating quantity. Okay, so this is the second definition, whatever that we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so we had peak factor, and first one we had the form factor. Okay, so these are quite important thing that you need to remember. And Kf, let me summarize this. Kf, which is the form factor, and Kp is the peak factor. Kp is the peak factor. So Kf is the form factor. What is the value of the form factor of an AC wave? That is 1.11. Okay, what is the peak factor? That is 1.414. Okay, so these both values are for sinusoidally varying quantities. Sinusoidally varying quantities. Sinusoidally varying quantities. Okay, so this is where Kf and Kp will be dependent upon, which is 1.11, and Kp, which is peak factor, which is 1.414. Okay, so this is the first one and this is the second one, whatever I have discussed in this video. Okay, so in the next topic we are going to solve some numerical problems. Okay, so let us solve some numerical problems which are related to AC fundamentals. Okay, so numerical problems on AC fundamentals. Numerical problems on AC fundamentals. Okay, so whatever I have discussed was the definition part of it, and certain derivations what we have covered, and let us discuss some numerical problems right now. Okay, so the first problem, a sinusoidal voltage is given by V equals 20 sine omega t. 20 sine omega t. So this is in terms of volts. Calculate the instantaneous value. Calculate the instantaneous value. Calculate the instantaneous value of the voltage. Calculate the instantaneous value of the voltage at theta equals 30 degree. Okay, so first one you have to calculate the instantaneous value of the voltage at theta equals 30 degree. And next one, what is the maximum value for the voltage and what angles? What is the maximum value? What is the maximum value of the voltage? The maximum value of the voltage, and at what angles? At what angles? Okay, so now this is the question which is quite simple to solve. If you are good with your basics of mathematics, it would be quite simple for you to solve a given problem like this, that is V equals 20 sine omega t volts. Calculate the instantaneous value of the voltage at theta equals 30 degree. And for your reference, you can just draw a simple wave like this, and this is the time period, and this is from 0 pi and 2 pi. Okay, so I have this instantaneous value of voltage. This is 20 degree, and sorry, 20 volts being the maximum, and this one would be minus 20 degree. Okay, so minus 20 volts, sorry, minus 20 volts. So to calculate the first one, the instantaneous value of the voltage, that is V instantaneous value of voltage, that is 20 sine omega t. Okay, 20 sine. So this theta is with respect to omega t, what I can replace here. So this is the value of theta, that is 20 sine, that is the value of theta is 30 degree, where you have to find out the instantaneous value. So the instantaneous value, that would be equal to 10 volts. So at 30 degree, I'll be having, okay, so at this one, which is at pi by 2, okay, so I'll be having the instantaneous value, that is V is equal to 10 volts at theta equals 30 degree. Okay, so this is theta equals 30 degree. Okay, so that is the instantaneous value of the voltage that is there, that is 20 sine omega t. So 20 sine theta, so 20 into sine 30 degree. Okay, so this is the first problem where you have to find out the instantaneous value of the voltage at theta equals 30 degree. Okay, so next one, what is the maximum value of the voltage and at what angles? Okay, so the maximum value of the voltage, maximum value of the voltage will be at theta 1 and theta 2. So why did I write like theta 1 and theta 2? So theta 1 is for pi by 2 or 90 degree. Okay, so the first positive peak value that you are going to get at theta 1 equals 90 degree. So I have the V max, that would be equal to 20 volt at theta equals 90 degree or pi by 2. Okay, next theta 2 value, where will I get it? The value of theta 2 would be at 3 pi by 2 or 270 degree. Okay, so theta 2, once it is at 270 degree, I'll be having the negative peak value, that is Vm equals minus 20 volt. Okay, so that is at the negative half cycle, that is theta equals 3 pi by 2. I have Vm equals minus 20 volts, and Vm would be having the positive value, that is plus 20 volt and minus 20 volt respectively. So this is the second part of the problem where it needs to be discussed. Okay, so I have two values, that is Vm equals 20 volt and Vm equals minus 20 volt at theta 1 equals 90 degree and theta 2 equals 270 degree respectively. Okay, so that is one thing that you need to observe. Okay, moving on to the next problem. Yes, so I have an alternating quantity. This is the second part of the second problem. Okay, sorry. This is represented as an alternating quantity of frequency. An alternating quantity of frequency 60 hertz. 60 hertz has a maximum value of 12 amperes. Has a maximum value of 12 amperes, maximum value of 12 amperes. Write down the instantaneous value of the current waveform, instantaneous value of the current waveform. So what you are going to do it, you are going to represent it in an instantaneous value for the current waveform. Okay, next find the value of current, find the value of current after 1 divided by 360 seconds. 1 divided by 360 seconds. Next one, find find the time taken, find the time taken to reach 9.6 amperes for the first time, for the first time. Okay, so first one, you have to write down the instantaneous value of the current waveform, that everyone can do it. I'll be able to tell you how to do it. And find the value of current after 1 divided by 360 seconds. That would be quite easy once you get to know the equation well. Next, the third part of the problem, where you have to find out the time taken to reach 9.6 amperes for the first time. Okay, so what I'll be able to do, I'll be able to solve the first one and the second one. So if you are good with respect to the basics of electrical engineering, whatever I have taught you till date, okay, so you would be able to do this problem and submit me the answer. Okay, so an alternating quantity of the current is represented as Im sine theta, or I can also write it as Im sine omega t. Okay, so this is the instantaneous value of the current. Fine. So now this instantaneous value of the current for the given data, where the frequency is 60 hertz. Okay, F is the frequency, and the maximum value of current is 12 amperes. Okay, so Im, that is 12 amperes, sine 2 pi f. Okay, so I can write it as 120 pi. How did I write 120 pi? So omega is written as 2 pi f. Okay, so this is 120 pi into t. So 12 sine 120 pi into t. Okay, so that is where I can write it for the instantaneous value of the current waveform. It is given as 12 sine 120 pi into t. Okay, so with this instantaneous value of the current known, so the equation. So the second part, find the value of current. Find the value of current. Find the value of current after. Okay, so that is. Okay, so find the value of the current after 1 divided by 360 seconds. Okay, so the value of small t, which is 1 divided by 360 seconds. Okay, 1 divided by 360 seconds. So what do? I need to find out the instantaneous value, that is I is equal to Im. Im is 12 amperes sine omega, that is 120 into pi into 1 divided by 360. Okay, 360 seconds. Okay, so now I have this value. I can cancel it. 12 ones are, 12 threes are. Okay, so 12 sine, okay, pi by 3. Okay, 12 sine pi by 3. The value of I. Okay, so this I think yes, this is amperes. So the value of I, which is okay, so which is sine pi by 3. Okay, so what you can do, you can write it as 12 into sine pi by 3, or if you write it as 120 divided by 120 pi divided by 360 also, it is fine. So the sine pi by 3, the value of sine pi by 3, okay, so it is well known to you. So sine pi by 6, that is sine 60 is 1 by 2, and sine pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. Okay, so that is 12 into root 3 divided by 2. That is nothing but 6 root 3. Okay, 6 root 3 amperes. That would be equal to I, that is nothing but 10 point. Okay, this is the value, that is 10.388 amperes. That is 10.388 amperes is the value of current. Fine. So next one, I just told you, you need to find out the first time. So find the time taken to reach 9.6 amperes for the first time. Okay, so find the time taken. Find the time taken to reach 9.6 amperes. To reach 9.6 amperes for the first time. 0.6 amperes for the first time. Okay, so for the first time means for it reaches, like you will be having a sinusoidal wave. Okay, so whatever the value it reaches in the positive half cycle, it reaches the same thing in the negative half cycle with the negative sign there. Okay, so if I have 9.6 somewhere around here, so you will be having 9.6 somewhere around here also. So this is for the first time it reaches. Okay, so in the same cycle you will be having two such values, okay, after pi by 2 and just before pi by 2. Okay, so 9.6 amperes for the first time. Underline the word first time. Okay, so I'll be having 12 sine. Okay, so that is 120 pi into t. Okay, so 9.6 divided by 12, that would be equal to sine 120 pi into t. Okay, next one, whatever that is there. Okay, so the remaining steps, do let me know the answer. Okay, answer yourself. Okay, answer yourself. And what would be the time in seconds? You can do let me know. Okay, so a slight bit of adjustment that you have to do in your calculator. I'll give a hint. Okay, I'll give a hint. Put in radian mode. Radian mode. Okay, whatever the scientific calculator that you are having, put it in radian mode. Okay, so I'm giving you a hint right now in this video. You have to do it, and then you have to submit the answer when I tell you to do. Okay, so what would be the time in seconds that you need to answer it? All right, so that is where it is being dependent upon. And let me give another problem to you. That is the third problem. The maximum value of a sinusoidal quantity at frequency 50 hertz is 25 amperes. Write down the equation for instantaneous value of the alternating current. Instantaneous value for the alternating current. Determine its value at t is equal to 3 milliseconds and t is equal to 14 milliseconds. Okay, t is equal to 3 milliseconds and t is equal to 14 milliseconds. You will be able to do this problem. I'm giving it as an assignment also. You can submit it. Okay, so after a week, fine. So you'll be able to do this problem, and you'll be able to solve this quite simple problem, and you can do let me know the answer. Okay, take the next problem, that is the fourth one. An AC voltage, okay, is mathematically expressed as V equals 141.42 sine 157.08 into t volts. Okay, find first one, maximum value, find its maximum value. Second one, what do you have to do? You have to find out RMS or effective value. Third one, frequency in hertz. Fourth one, total time period. Okay, so you have to find out all these four things easily. Okay, so this is the fourth problem that you can do, and the last problem for the day is the fifth one. The equation for an alternating current. Is given by I equals 62.35 sine 323 t amperes. Find first one, maximum value or we call it as amplitude also, amplitude, or we call it as peak value. We call it as maximum value, amplitude, or the peak value. Second one, I have the angular frequency. Now this angular frequency. Next, third one, I have this frequency. Okay, so once you find angular frequency, the frequency in hertz can be found out easily. Fourth one, RMS or RMS. Okay, RMS value, RMS or effective value, RMS or effective value. Fourth one, the fifth one, sorry, it is the average value. The average value. Okay, so these are certain things that you need to do it. So these are certain problems that you need to do it, and in the next live video or else in the next session where we meet, we'll be discussing more about the phasor representation and certain problems which I find important, and we'll be discussing these problems quickly. Okay, so with this note, I would like to end today's session, and we'll be meeting again. Okay, thank you.